Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, Hello guys, welcome back with me, Fikri. And this time we will continue our discussion uh, about virus. Uh, but at this time we will discuss about the most dangerous bacteria for human. But before that, let us discuss the difference between virus and bacteria. Uh, Bacteria are living thing in form of organisms that do not have a nuclear membrane. These organisms are microscopic or very small that can usually have particular impact on human. Basically, bacteria can be divided into two, namely good bacteria and bad bacteria. Good bacteria or probiotic are very good for human life, and one of which is healthy digestion. However, it turns from that there are also bacteria that are harmful and even deadly to human. And uh, first different between virus and bacteria. First is biological differences. Bacteria are single-celled organisms that live all around us, including our intestines, and most of bacteria are harmless, and some of them help the function of the human body. Meanwhile, viruses are parasites or require a living host to survive. Virus infected the cell of living things, include human, and can cause illness such as human cold or AIDS. And the second difference between virus and bacteria, the second is the progress of reproduction. Bacteria are part of living organism because they reproduce by dividing or multiplying their body. Only 1% of bacteria can cause disease. Uh, Disease-causing bacteria include Staphylococcus or which can cause upper rapra- eh, respiratory tract infection. And meanwhile, viruses are not included as living organisms because they need a host cell to reproduce. And third, between the difference between virus and bacteria, third is range of infection. The virus attack healthy cell to reproduce and spread throughout the body. Meanwhile, bacteria infection are limited to one area of the body and do not spread as easily as viral infection. And the fourth treatment to stop bacterial infection, we can use antibiotic. Antibiotic work by disrupting one the vital function of the bacteria sex. However, we must be careful than using antibiotic because bacteria can be resistant to this drug. Meanwhile, the virus cannot be treated with antibiotic. Some diseases caused by virus can be only treated with antiviral drug. These drugs are designed to fight certain virus by interfering with their ability to regeneration or attack healthy cells. Either viral or bacterial infection can be prevented by using vaccine. However, not all diseases are caused by having vaccine. For example, new the new of coronavirus, which is quarantine and endemic, and then now prevent the spread the virus and bacteria. Virus and bacteria is very susceptible to soap and uh, hand and hand sanitizer. So, to prevent the spread of the virus and bacteria, the main step to wash your hand regularly, and we can wash our hand with soap and running water or use hand sanitizer that contain at least 60% alcohol. And 2018 research has proven that proper washing reduces the number of bacteria and virus by removing them from the skin. Apart from washing hands, avoid touching your hand and bacteria, as bacteria the virus can enter the body. Drop the mouthwash matters on the face. In additional, we also we also uh, we also have the cover to cover our mouth then choking and sneezing because the droplet of liquid that come out then choking and sneezing can spread bacteria and virus. If we are sick, the best to stay at home. Stay at home and away from other people to spreading virus and bacteria. Okay, we're going to first the most dangerous bacteria for human. First bacteria, dangerous bacteria is the name is tetanus. Tetanus is stiff and tenses conditional throughout the body due to infection with germs. This two tenses drop the body is painful and can lead to death. Tetanus symptoms will appear within 4 until 20 21 day after infection. Tetanus germ or bacteria enter the body, drop wound on skin, and will release toxin to attack nerves. The bacterium is called from Clostridium tetani, uh, which is uh, which is found in soil, dust, and animal waste. And what are the symptoms of tetanus? Tetanus is dangerous disease and system operate within 4 until 21 after export the tetanus germ. See doctor immediately if you have one and then get tetanus antitoxin, especially if you have symptoms such as fever, dizzy, extensive sweating, heartbeat, and what more symptoms that are typical for tetanus have occurred, including tension and stiffness and jaw muscles, neck muscles, or abdominal muscle feel still. It's hard to swallow, and it's hard to breathe. And tetanus treatment there is not specific for tetanus, and there are no specific treatment for tetanus. But the symptoms can be relieved and with the anti-tetanus injection, drug, and tetanus vaccine. Apart from relieving symptoms, the tetanus vaccine is also given as prevention. Tetanus immunization in mandatory in Indonesia and must be according to a predetermined schedule. Tetanus bacteria are the main cause tetanus disease, which can actually be deadly if you don't get medical treatment. One of the tetanus treatment that are considered effective if the administration of antibiotic, are example penicillin or metronidazole, as written in NCBI website. However, currently, currently there is tetanus vaccine or, or tetanus pox that can be given to children and girls. Usually, a doctor will be disease vaccine to into several bursts of vaccine. Okay, we're going to the next slide. We're going to the next bacteria. The name is E. coli bacteria. E. coli bacteria is type harmful bacteria that often found in human colon. Usually in presence of them, bacteria will interact with the immune system of the human, especially children and elderly. According to the left hand side, in small amounts, this bacteria can help the human immune system. However, in some cases, the presence of this human can have fatal consequences for human health. The type of E. coli bacteria that deadly to human is E. coli, which is including Siga family, which is a type of E. coli bacteria that can poison uh, digestive system. This bacteria can cause prolonged diarrhea, dehydration, and lack of nutrition. A person can be exposed to the inverse E. coli from consumption food and drink. From consumption contaminated food and drink. Exposed to E. coli can cause system symptoms to form stomach pain, diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting. This is because E. coli bacteria will have a more severe impact if upon children and the elder. And uh, to that, uh, what treatment for E. coli bacteria? E. coli bacteria. E. coli usually resolve on its own within a few days. Whoever is sufferer has severe diarrhea. The doctor can give antibiotic. However, antibiotics should not be given to people who are suspected of being infected with the STIC type A, type A bacteria, E. coli bacteria, because antibiotic can be increased the production of Syngap venom. This and during recovery, it's important to rest and in additional consume food and food healthy and uh, E. coli infection prevention. You need to adopt a clean lifestyle to prevent dangerous E. coli virus infection. Here are few ways you can do it every day. Wash your hand, uh, wash your hand, and wash your hand before and after preparing food, and wash your hand after touching animal or working, and make sure item that will touch the mouth and babies and toddler. Okay, we're going to the next bacteria, dangerous bacteria. Okay, the next bacteria is syphilis. Is bacteria found in sexually transmitted disease. Transmission the sexual can or sexual contact. This disease is highly contagious and can be endemic to other organs, can as the heart, brain, and nervous. This disease is also commonly referred to as the Lion King. This disease can be current if it has a level of brain damage. Spread of the bacteria will lead to deadly complications and symptoms of syphilis. Uh, each type has different symptoms. Here is explanation. First, first primary syphilis. This type of syphilis are present by sore or chancre, chancre. Sorry, this is sore where the bacteria entered, and the secondary syphilis. This type of syphilis characterized by a breath of rust on the body, and after that, latent syphilis does not cause symptoms but bacteria present in latent body, and after that, syphilis treatment. This syphilis or Lion King treatment will be more effective if done at an early stage. Syphilis can be treated with the antibiotic during a treatment period. Patients are infected not to have sex until the doctor confirms the infection has cleared up, and after that, tre- uh, prevention prevention of syphilis. Syphilis transmission can be prevented by safe sex before and namely being faithful to one's sexual partner of using condom. In additional examination or explanation of syphilis and also regard or written in people who have a high risk factor for developing this disease. Okay. After that, the last dangerous virus, the name is Streptococcus. Is bacteria that can cause inflammation and flu, meningitis. Okay, and this virus is very dangerous because cause the transmission and treatment infection. Okay, okay. Maybe okay. The next slide is conclusion. We have to be careful with the virus and bacteria that we discussed, and the deal which is with is quickly as explained earlier. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.